sports and the sparks always shine. Talking sports all day, having a good time with sports profiting. Our future is bright. Beast and friends, the best sports talk around. From the field to the court and the news of the sport.
About today, there's a lot to talk about. I guess let's start with the Thursday night football game. We got the Denver Broncos heading to the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler versus Bo Nix. Any off the top of head predictions you got?
Well, I expect Will Lutz in his return to New Orleans to have a solid game. Well, in any case, I think it's going to have to come with a run game on either side of the ball in order for one of these teams to win. It's going to have to be good game management, good ball management, and I'd put my eggs on the Broncos.
Would you actually put eggs into this game with Spencer Rattler versus Bo Nix at quarterback?
No, I would not, to be honest with you. There are other games that I would rather put my eggs on.
How about this to put your eggs on? Over 6.5 points for Will Lutz.
Yeah, that I would take.
What do you like better? That or over 3.5 field goals for the game?
Oh, man, no, I don't want to... to be honest with you, that first bet sounds pretty amazing, but I do think if that hits, that means the other bet's going to hit more than likely.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't mind taking both overs, to be honest with you. That's my...
That's like...
playing in a dome, these quarterbacks, they may choke in the red zone. They're going to have to bring out the kicker. I don't think either team's going to take too much... considering that their QB situations aren't ideal.
Yeah, if I'm offensive coordinator, I'm telling my QB just throw it away every single time if it's not there.
Yeah, and my guess is even if they're close to kicking range, they're gonna possibly even just run it just to
take the points.
Yeah, take the points, get to the right hash. Lil Jordan. Well, it's a big name to aspire to.
And other big news, we'll get to the headline in a second, but the first headline we'll talk about is Amari Cooper going to Buffalo for like a nothing draft pick.
I think it's good. He's a great possession wide receiver too. And on top of it, it seems like Allen's getting that ball out early, quick check downs. I think it fits Cooper's route running, really.
You know what I feel? I feel that Josh Allen is going to force feed Cooper just to stick it to Stephon Diggs for leaving him.
That makes sense. I also think he's going to get. I really do think if you're in a PPR league, it's ideal.
Yeah, Shakur is going to be wide open now, though, and same with Kincaid. Like those guys were getting pretty open with good defensive attention. Now there will be no defensive attention at them.
I don't disagree with that.
Less, we should say. Won't be none. The big headline drama is Davante Adams pairing with Aaron Rodgers, and I'll start out by saying get your MVP tickets, get your Super Bowl Jets tickets, AFC East champions, Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams is going to be like Randy Moss, Tom Brady, circa the Patriots.
I disagree with that, but I think it's going to be a hell of a squad.
What part do you disagree with?
I agree that it's going to make both these wide receivers better. You can't really double either one of them. I think this is going to open up the field for Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be pretty beneficial. I just don't think that they're the best team in the AFC.
I mean, it used to be the Chiefs for sure, but now the Chiefs' offense really is not that exciting with all the injuries they got at receiver.
Yeah, I just don't think the Jets have enough. I think the wide receivers are great. I love the running back combo. I just don't know if Aaron Rodgers has enough gas in the tank.
Aaron Rodgers has all the pressure in the world to win it all this year. Like, they gave him everything they wanted, and then some.
Well, I hope the best for him and his Achilles.
They even gave him Tim Boyle when he asked for Tim Boyle. You know he had to make a cameo in this show. Just one mention.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. But I don't think Houston's going to be an easy team to beat in the AFC. I think there's some formidable competition in the AFC, and they'll go down in the playoffs. I don't think it's clear cut in the AFC.
Houston's okay, but they're without Nico Collins. I know last week Stroud went off, but it was against the Patriots, and like literally anyone should be able to go off.
But Collins isn't gone for the season.
Right, he'll be back. But the secondary is not as... I mean, it's not a bad secondary. But the Jets' defense, once Hassan Reddick comes back, Carter comes back, Mosley's... Well, he's already back. Like, they're going to have a good defense again when everyone's there.
What about the other AFC teams? I think there are more AFC teams that we could discuss. You don't think... Like we were talking about with Amari Cooper, you don't think the Bills have any potential?
Bill's secondary was letting Aaron Rodgers basically carve him up. And now he's got Devontae Adams. He's going to really carve him up.
I mean, that's actually very true. I did watch that part of the game.
Like, it looked like whenever he wanted to get a big chunk play, it was there.
All right, well, let's talk about...
How about that Hail Mary, though, right before the half?
Yeah. Well, what about Pittsburgh?
I think it's crazy that they're going with Russell Wilson after Justin Fields did what he did, leading them to a 4-2 record. Like, nothing's wrong. Why change anything?
Well, I'm biased for one. Because the guy does not look down fucking field and just checks down or scrambles or improvises here and there, and we don't know what's happening in the locker room. Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's breaking away from the playbook because some of the shit just, I don't know. Man, I'm biased, I'll admit, because he's not finding Pickens for shit.
Pickens
at least
had a
Russ, and you know, I'm not a Russell Wilson fan. But I'm actually, for once, excited to have Russell Wilson. At least he's a game manager a bit. And I think he'll find both my guy Pickens and Freiermuth.
You know, Steelers don't have a good offensive line, and Fields was using his legs to really make magic happen. And Russell can't do that anymore in his career. I feel that's going to instantly show with the Steelers' offense. They're going to look.
I will admit that O-line was very sloppy, but I have to say, man, pass the fucking ball. So,
well, we'll get that matchup on Sunday Night Football. That's probably must-watch TV right there.
Yeah, I mean, even get some screen passes going. Make the defense press. Make the defense come up to the line of scrimmage a bit. Some of these corners are laying back because they're afraid that he's going to scramble every time. And then, of course, Pickens isn't going to get a shot.
You got someone playing in that game for sure, so you'll be able to watch it this week.
100% I'm going to be watching that game. And I'll tell you what, I'm happy Russell Wilson's there. And I am not a Russell Wilson fan by any means.
We'll see. I think they're going to miss Russell.
I'll let you know after Pickens gets 100 yards on the TV.
I just had a 36-yard run with Joe Burrow, similar to what he did on that Sunday Night Football early.
You don't think the Bengals have anything left in the tank in the AFC?
That defense is just...
I know.
Yeah. I heard they're going to actually trade T. Higgins because he's going to want a max contract in.
They may as well get something now.
Yeah. But these receivers are going for nothing in trades, like six round pick for Amari Cooper, or third round pick.
What was it for Devontae?
What was it for Devontae? I feel like they just gave him to him.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. I don't even remember. I saw like the headline really quick.
If you were like a GM, wouldn't you give up a star to get Devontae? Like, you're not going to draft a better player than Devontae Adams no matter what round.
You know, I mean, obviously it seems like the draft picks are the move in the NFL, but personally, I do remember there being a time where you would actually trade player for player. You have the ability to do that, or you do have the ability to do that. I mean, at least, I thought they would get like a defensive asset. I was hoping the Raiders would get a defensive asset to go along with a Max Crosby type. And I think, and I heard Crosby was pretty pissed off about Devontae leaving, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's rumored to get traded now too.
Yeah, and so I thought maybe they get another big defensive piece that would get him excited. Just load up that front seven. I think the Raiders got that front seven. I wish they got something more return, like an actual player, like you're saying. But draft picks are kind of the standard, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely not even at all. Whoever gets the star player wins that trade every time.
Yes, exactly.
3rd and goal at the 2-yard line against the tough 49ers defense in San Francisco. Who you throwing the ball to?
It's 3rd and 2?
Yeah, on the goal line. 3rd and goal on the 2. Who gets the target?
Well, from what I understand, wait, who?
I'm the Bengals. I'm the Bengals. Who should I look at?
Go Higgins. Back of the end zone, a little like flag pattern.
Okay, let's see. We'll give him a fade. Just give him a jump ball. Okay, here we go. The snap.
Lob it up.
Oh, it's there. Touchdown. Good call. That was the perfect play call. Love it.
I got you.
Love it.
I need that OC ball.
Yeah. We'll have to do, eventually, if more people watch, we'll have you call the plays and I'll run it.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's see. Final minute of the half. Any other topics? Any basketball prediction? I'll give you one. Who do you think leads the NBA in assists per game?
It all depends on minutes, and I want to say it's my guy Chris Paul, who I drafted with my last pick, but Giddey could be up there. I think you mentioned Giddey.
I didn't. Don't put that on me.
Maybe that was Brett. I don't know. Anyways,
I feel like Giddey's a player you don't want to really be associated with,
Well, I don't know what to tell you. He's on Chicago Bulls, so the Bulls are associating themselves with him. So,
did you see the TikTok dance that they did? Dancing.
I don't watch TikTok dance.
I don't watch TikTok either, but it went to my Instagram and it was them doing some very lame dance, which makes you think like, no way a Jordan team would ever have done this.
No, Jordan wouldn't allow that to take place. In which case, actually, what the truth is, that's why I wouldn't touch one of those Chicago Bulls. I mean, they're garbage and they're doing freaking TikTok dances. You should only be able to do a TikTok dance if you're actually doing something on the court.
What about Zach LaVine?
And even that's questionable.
What about Zach LaVine? Can he do a TikTok dance?
I mean, if you want a PCP.
All right, second and 12, half coming to an end. Just need to make a stop here. And, he's going for it all. I'm going to pick this with Brock Purdy. If he would have turned into the receiver, he would have caught the touchdown. But Debo just let it bounce off of him. So I did take that Chris Paul bet because it's like plus 5,600. The favorite is Trae Young to lead the NBA in assists per game.
That's legit.
Legit with Chris Paul being there or with Trae Young.
Chris Paul, but I just don't see Trey. Doesn't drop dimes. There's no way it's going to be Trae Young.
Yeah, he's going to have to shoot first on that team no matter what. I mean, the ball will be in his hands.
He's going to have. It's probably why DeJounte Murray would that.
Do you like DeJounte in New Orleans?
The guy's a natural ball stopper.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good fit for him at all going to New Orleans.
No, not at all.
Like, everyone's going to be angry there.
Hey, question: What's the deal with Wendell Carter this year? Is he even on Orlando? What's the story with him?
Yeah, he's still on Orlando. But it seems like they never really played him a lot of minutes. Like, if he plays 30 minutes, that's a lot of minutes for him.
Yeah, are they starting him or?
Yeah, they're starting him. But he's not really like a focal point. He's just a undersized center on the team who shoots threes now.
Yeah.
Centers are so different compared to what they were back in our day.
Well, so that's what I'm having trouble with because I have 3 centers right now because we reduced the utility and bench spots. And I'm like, shoot, I should at least have 4 bigs right now, but I have no one to drop, so I'm just kind of. Anyways, that's a whole nother story.
A whole nother story. Oh. We're in the second half. We could play the whole game or we could just end it.
Let's do it.
Let's do the whole game, okay? Give me Dodgers won tonight over the Mets. Seems like that series might be over. You think Mets have any chance?
I wouldn't count them out just yet, but if the Dodgers pitch like that, I was very impressed by Kopech, even though he had a couple balls go all the way to the warning track back to back. That made me a little nervous. But everyone kind of stepped in there. I wish they didn't pull Walker Buehler as early as they did.
I think they had to. I think he's like on a pitch count.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. Because I was like, he seems to be coming out way too early. But everyone stepped up, and that's been kind of a rarity for the Dodgers relievers, especially.
Yeah, their bullpen's been lights out. They haven't even needed Evan Phillips yet, and they're already in Game 4.
And I mean, I think like we always say every year, in order to win the World Series, you just gotta pitch well.
Gotta be hot.
Even through all those guys who are on like the 60-day DL for the Dodgers, as far as pitchers go, they're still able. They still have enough depth to kind of outlast that.
Yeah, I don't. The Mets don't really have the pitching to come back in this series. Like Jose Quintana, is he gonna really save their season next game? No.
No.
It's amazing that Jose Quintana is still pitching. I feel like he's been pitching for 15 years at least at this point.
To be honest with you, I don't even remember when he came into the league.
He was like with the Cubs way back in the day.
Yeah, that I know. I just don't remember what.
Yeah. It just feels like a lifetime. I actually started the season by showing his rookie card and just making a joke about how he's still in the majors and like how amazing it is. But anyways, Dodgers, they'll advance, and then the Yankees, they're up 2-0. Game 3 tomorrow. Got Jason Schmidt's son. No, it's not Jason Schmidt's son, but Clark Schmidt on the mound against Matthew Boyd. Does Boyd save the Indian season, or do they go down 3-0?
I think they go down 3-0.
Yeah. Matthew Boyd's not. If he had a pitch against the Yankees every game, he would be out of the major leagues by now. And now Judge is hitting the ball. Soto's hitting the ball.
Who would you rather have? Tobias Harris or DeAndre Ayton?
I'd go Ayton just because Tobias Harris, he's probably not going to be playing at the end of the year when the Pistons are out of it.
That's my thoughts exactly. Is Portland going to be there?
No, but Ayton's like kind of their focal point. Like people are buying tickets to see Ayton.
Yeah.
I wish going pro in video games was around when we were kids, because I feel like I might have done that.
So I have to. So here's the kicker. There's a guy in the league who you know, who wants a 2-for-1 from me. He wants he wants me to trade Tyler Hero and who's the guy that he wanted? He wants Tyler Hero and Tobias Harris for Aiden. But Jordan Clarkson's on the free agency wire, so I was thinking about filling that Tyler Hero position with Jordan Clarkson. What do you think?
So it's Clarkson and Ayton for Tobias Harris
And Hero.
And Hero. Who's your other center? Sabonis?
Sabonis, Capella, and Gafford.
I mean, Hero's going to be shooting a lot this year, right? Like 24 points a game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to the 2-for-2. I'll just leave it as it is. See if he bites.
Because who else? They got Butler and Hawkes and Bam. Who else is going to score on that team?
I don't know. That's a good point.
And Bam is the most overrated player in the NBA. Would you agree with that? How do you feel about that?
I agree with that.
Like, no offensive game at all.
I agree.
Just a,
My whole,
yeah.
I wanted to do this for years, but like obviously some of these guys, one guy's past his prime in particular, Clay. But I wanted to get Clay, Devin Booker, and Jamal Murray on one squad because I just thought like I'm going to be like winning 3 points every single week. But I hope that holds true.
Here's a question. If the prime Golden State Warriors had Bam instead of Draymond, would they be a better team?
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Not even a question.
Yeah, not even a question. Just to show how overrated Draymond. Okay, now if Draymond was on the Heat during the year that they made the finals, would they have made, instead of Bam, would they have made the finals that year? They did have the song
Probably
Whiteside,
because
right?
of that supporting cast. Maybe because of the supporting cast, but I mean that's quite the hypothetical. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it would help them.
We're going real deep with these
Hypotheticals.
scenarios. Okay, now what if Vlade Divac? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going with this one?
All right, here we go. Vlade Divac or Zubac? Who would you rather have?
Vlade Divac. The guy had eyes in the back of his head. I've never seen someone at 7 feet like going around his back like it's nothing, or like ball faking going the other direction. 3-on-1, 2-on-1, watching 7-2, guy running down the court. I mean, the only other guy with that type of, the only other type of big that I can think of who has eyes like that guy would be like Arvydas Sabonis, DeMontis' father. That's another guy that had eyes in the back of his head.
Well, somehow, some way, Lakers ended up with Kobe because of Vlade.
Exactly. Trust me, the years that we had him, I'm thankful for. I mean, honestly, Vlade Divac is probably one of the many reasons why I became a big Laker fan.
You can put that in your memoir.
And the guy could ball. And then to have the guy with Nick, dribbling up the court, and Eddie and Sabalas, Eldon Campbell, and him, the ball too. Like, they would move the ball so well with those guys.
And Peeler off the bench.
Peeler, George Lynch, Allison, Brett.
Still Brett. Sean Rooks. Or was that later on?
Slightly later on, a few years later on.
Yeah.
That was that John Barry squad off the bench. That was a different squad.
I saw a funny meme of like this guy who's a genius, and then the caption says people with 0.9 GPAs when they talk about NBA role players.
That's funny. What are you saying, Jeremy?
I think for both of us.
Yeah.
I feel like this stuff matters more than what they teach in school at the end of the day.
Well, I don't know about that, but I will tell you what they do teach you in school is total bullshit.
Especially with teachers of today's society.
Today's generation?
Yeah.
You mean activists?
Do you screen your teachers before your daughter commits to the school?
I mean, you can only do so much, but I first off, they're going to a school that I don't think will tolerate some of this activism, so that's the good news, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Debo Samuel just got a garbage time touchdown. I'm up 25-12.
Now, here's the question: is Debo Samuel playing this weekend? They're saying something. What is it, hamstring, or what's going on with him? Right
No,
now?
he's fine. The question is Jordan Mason
really?
going to play?
Is it a BS wrist thing?
Yes, just so he can be in the headlines.
I'm only asking because I'm going up against Debo Samuel and Mason.
Well, we all know about Mason, but Debo, I'd say, is pretty much guaranteed to play.
And it's funny because I have Purdy, but I'm going up against Mahomes.
Oh, so you're not going anywhere Sunday afternoon?
I better not be.
What for the husbands out there? What's some good excuses that you can come up with if you need to watch the game?
Well, it's definitely not. I have a headache.
Have you tried that one before? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just. Never mind. We'll go there later.
No tips out there.
Tips. I just pray I get the green light to watch the game.
Probably a reason why I'll be single for a long time.
Probably.
Let's get T. Higgins deep one last time to end the game. Oh, I just threw a pick. There's 47 seconds left. I'm up 25-12. He just got the ball. Hufanga got his second interception. He's actually out for the 49ers right now, which is making their secondary a little more vulnerable than usual.
Aaron's squad is so funny, man.
For what, basketball?
I don't get his squad.
Might as well say it for these last 42 seconds.
I wanted Eddie. He got Eddie.
Eddie Jones.
I wanted Jeremy Grant. He got Jeremy Grant.
Eddie Jones.
No, the guy in Memphis.
Oh, Edie.
Today.
Edie. Cousin Edie.
Yeah. He got Kyrie at a good price, but there's an obvious reason for that. He got Luka relatively cheap. That was kind of a shocker. I think he's kind of.
Who wins MVP this year, Luka or Giannis or Jokic?
I'm gonna say neither.
Who do you like?
Ant.
Oh, very interesting. Is this the year that they really realize all the team, like the Warriors, really screwed up for not taking him?
Probably, but I'm not gonna speak to that.
Okay.
Because it probably does. I don't. But
Probably best. Let's.
Ant. It's either gonna be Ant or Cat. That's my 2 cents. Ant or Cat for MVP.
You see, after the game, Ant said that he wants to be reunited with Cat when his contract's up.
Well, I think there's going to be some competition for the MVP spot.
I could have just had a pick six touchdown on the last play of the game, but I did what's the new trend in the NFL. Can you guess it?
Which is what?
Slide down at the 2.
Oh, yeah.
And get someone really angry who had the Bengals on their fantasy football team as their defense.
There's no glory in that. That's for sure.
No glory in that. No highlight. So that's the final. That's 25-12. That's Beast and Friends. I'm Munt. That's Schwabi, and we'll be back next week. Beast.
Beast and Friends in the sports song we shine. Talking sports all day, having a good time with sports profiting. Our future is bright.